Good morning. Welcome to the year 2018. Hopefully you're off to a great start. Here it's like single digits. It's really cold. So I wanted to show and kind of go back to an older style of showing cards instead of seeing me in the background and watching something go around and around. That's interesting, but I just felt like doing it a different way. Plus I had to rearrange to do some painting I was working on. Coffee with cream. Still gotta stop soon. Too many calories, too much extra running. Today it's probably going to be like a run, then come back and warm up and then go again kind of thing, because the sun is out and that helps, but that wind is like 20 miles an hour and it's already like 7 degrees, so that makes it like minus something. But I wanted to, in this setup, since there's some sun and that super bright LED light, see what this cactus quartz crystal looks like on the camera. I like the part of it's tea, coffee, Coca-Cola, whatever color, and combine like an amber, kind of brownish, amberish, I don't know, with a light purple on this side. I like that thing. Even the bottom's kind of nice, even though it's just sawed off. But I'm still crystal conflicted sometimes. But anyway, we're going to look at this. Came yesterday on the very last day of the year. It's the very last deck that I ordered, or will order for a while, for myself anyway. So this is it for 2017. There's still a pile of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. There's still... I'll say 2 dozen. There's still 2 dozen decks I need to, or want to show. I don't need to show them because I bought them, so I can show them whenever I get to them. But I wanted this one to be the kind of represent the last one of the year, because I think I would like it. I think I would use it. Not because the illustrator is also named Smith, another Smith. Pamela Coleman, Eugene Smith. I'm sure there's others. Lisa Robinson is the person that wrote the super thick book. Who is this? This is by Llewellyn. It comes in a nice, big old box, cards on the back, blah, blah, blah on it, blah, blah. Magnetic thing, opens. I like that. The inside cover. That's pretty nice. And of course it's got this thing that's approximately, as always, approximately 4 cards not deep enough, so they go shifting around. I find that annoying, but it's not that annoying. And here's the book, which for some odd reason suddenly doesn't match the box. This is a second printing, I believe, so maybe that's why. I think 2016 was the first printing, 2017 is the second printing, so maybe that's why this is different. It's like a 350-page book, although a lot of the pages are spaces to write, even though some of where you would write, you would actually be writing on, it would probably show through a little bit onto it, the black and white image of the card. Those are capybara, I think. Yep, capybara. I used some software called capybara for a long time. People that write programs get really desperate for what to call things and hope it catched on. That one kind of caught on, but not, it's not an app, I'll put it that way. It's something programmers would use to do programming. But it's, it goes over each card, has a super big image of the card. There's a salamander. Salamanders are cool. There's some here in these mountains that are kind of odd in that they go back really long time. I don't know if they're still around, but I think so. They're like when it was all one continent, or so they say. But I have not read the book. 350 pages. Cut me a break. There is life outside of tarot guidebooks. Woo, shocker. But here's the major arcana for this deck. I'm not sure I can see it, but I'm not sure I'll gel with it, so to speak. Having the archetypes as animals, I don't know. If I cut the thing off at the bottom, would I say that the Black Widow, it looks like a Black Widow spider on a spider's web, would I say that's the High Priestess automatically? I can see the fox because he's got all the elements, you know, sword, pentacle, cup, wand, stuck in the snow there. A grasshopper, the fool. I can see the wand and this satchel bag. But I don't know. But I do like animals, and I like the look of these cards. They feel okay. Let's get a candle. That ought to do it. Yeah. And that's what the back looks like. You can tell up from down if you look closely. There's 4 what looks like flowers around the edge of the middle. You can see one petal, group of petals is fatter than the other. So if you're looking at that sort of detail, you can tell that that's upside down, which it was. But that doesn't matter so much. But I'm just going to give you a nice long look at them, and I might pick some of them up that's kind of popping off the board. Like this right here, the star. Wow. Am I causing that with the light? I don't think so. Ain't that interesting? Let's put that where we can see it closely. That's a nice card. I'm not sure about the well, for a second there it looked like Tesla's tower, but it's not. It's just a lighthouse with an oyster and a pearl and a bunch of oysters. Oh, I see. That's not rock. That's a bunch of oysters and a string of pearls, which are like stars. That's an interesting card. It also reminds me that today I want to repeat the Abraham Lincoln thing. At least I think he did this, according to things I've heard. Is near this time of year, New Year, he would eat a lot of oysters. Not sure why. He had like a crazy wife. He was kind of crazy too, I think, or depressed. Of course, having a crazy wife would be enough to make you depressed. But I think he was just given towards what he would probably have called, what they used to call melancholy. But let's just say what they are. Fox, spider, some sort of bison or yak, a gorilla, and what? A gorilla. Polar bear. Love polar bears. Look at that nice green transition to dark blue, indigo to green. That's nice. Swans, I guess. Some people say whale. I think that's really a killer whale, which aren't really whales, I don't think. Strength is an oxen pulling a cart. The hermit card is pretty good, although I don't really think of praying mantis as hermits. They do tend to be loners, so I guess that works. And his antenna is matching up with the sun there. Uh-oh. See, that's what happens when you have to wear a sweatshirt. You knock your cards all over. Hopefully these get back. These are slippery. They are thin, if I didn't show that. So it'd probably, if you're going to use it like a truckload, it is laminated, as you can tell probably. But you can see how easily. I just wish they were all bicycle cards with air cushion and that feel on them and whatever that coating is, but that's not going to happen. And then other times I wish they were this big, like a piece of art. But that's the praying mantis. Used to have praying mantis pets. There's one that appears every year since I've been here. It's not the same one, obviously. That appeared every year since I've been here near the porch. They start out these little tiny things somehow, and I think they come from one place and then, you know, do their loner thing, and it would just dominate the porch looking for things to eat, obviously. One of them, one day, I watched get eaten. I've probably told that story before, but Kit Kat had a boyfriend there for a while who kept coming by. I guess he was trying to impress her. The silly praying mantis walked in between them like this, and that male cat, Tom cat, just went right over and bit it right in half. Half of it kept going that way, and the other half went that way. But he eventually got them all and ate them. She's giving them this look like, that's not impressive at all, dude. I am not hanging out with you. And she didn't, as far as I know. But she's been fixed, so. There's a Wheel of Fortune. That's a beetle. Oh, no, that's a ladybug. It looks like grapes in the background. That's pretty nice. Could be a heron. Could be a stork. Could be a lot of things. The Hanged Man. Where's my thing? The Hangman looks upside down to begin with, right? But if you turn it, then it looks a bit better in a way. That's an ant, I'm guessing, feeding and protecting its eggs. Maybe that works for the word suspension, I don't know. There's a buzzard, there's a flamingo, some sort of cat, lynx-like thing with two traps and a dead rabbit. Yeesh. The tower, I have to ponder that one. We already went over the star. The moon's got an owl in it. That's nice. The sun's got a lemur of some sort of little monkey. It's not a meerkat. And the judgment card, at first glance, appears to be Swiss or Santa Claus with reindeer. Is that what it is? Huh. Sorry. I was off camera there. The world card. That's interesting. And then the Fool, in case I didn't show that side long enough. So let's bring them in. Hopefully we can get it nice and level and not knock everything around. Where? I think there. So we're looking at the wands. Let's see if anything interesting pops out of the wands. Yes, two things. That's a honey badger. Angry little rascal. I like honey badgers. I watched some documentary. Some guy had one in Australia. It was pretty clever how it could get out of its little enclosure and go do things it wanted to do. I'm not sure why he had it trapped like that. We have these around here. Lots of skunks, but not that big. Like, the body needs to get smaller and more white on it. For the ones around here, anyway. Let's see, there's a salamander again. I like that one. What's that, a wombat? Or what do they call them? Tasmanian devil, maybe? Okay, here's the next little batch. This is the Animal Totem Tarot. I think I would have dropped the word totem and just went with the Animal Tarot. But hey, that's me. Or, ooh, how's that? Ooh, I like this one. That's kind of popping off there, too. Now, these are cups, so it's going to have like a beach, water, emotions, whatever you want to look at it, theme. There's some underwater. That's a crab of some sort. An octopus. That's cool. There's the capybara. They like water. What is this? Sea otters, I guess. What's this one? That's different. Dragonfly. Well, they're always near water. Guess that's appropriate. What's in those cups? Forks, spoons, knives, cherries, beads. I'm not sure. That's nice. Salmon, butterfly. Not sure about that, but penguin. If you look here closely, the page of cups, you can see a seal in the trough of the wave. I guess they got a crest and a trough. Can't have a crest without a trough, just like you can't have a mountain without a valley. Can you? I don't know. Maybe you can have just one mountain, but that'd still make everything around it a valley, wouldn't it? I'm not sure what that is. The blue-footed whatever. I can't remember my animals now. This is a moose underwater, apparently, which is a good choice. Queen of Cups. Huh. Moose do hang out in the water. That's a beaver, I'm guessing. Yep, gnawed down a tree and built a dam. Okay, let's bring in the swords. Get that washcloth out of here. It's a little easier with this setup because I can see what it's doing live. I like it. It's much better, much better. This is a swords. That's a panda. The next one is a bird. Could be a kingfisher. I'm not sure. Elephant. They're doing that thing they always like to show in documentaries where they come back and fondle or touch the bones of their own dead. A toad, I'm guessing. A porcupine, maybe? Or a hedgehog. Yeah, whatever it is, it's got quills. Maybe that's a kingfisher. No, that's a flying squirrel. Ding, ding, ding. Kingfisher. Well, from back here, what's this? I do not recognize that. I was going to say prairie dog, but I don't think so. Or meerkat, nope. That's a mole. I'm not sure. A dead pigeon. Roadrunner. It looks like a crow or a raven standing on a chess piece. The rook or castle, whatever you want to call it. It's a wolf-like thing. Bald eagle. So here's the last of the minor arcana. Oh, this is the Pentacles, so it's like Earth. Dung beetle. Who doesn't like a dung beetle? I don't see how they get where they're going since they do it backwards. He's not pulling it this way. He's pushing it that way. So they like roll it along and then it gets bigger as stuff sticks to it. Put it in some hole somewhere and then lay some eggs in it, and all the little happy baby dung beetles get to eat some poo while they grow up. That might be a good totem for Jennifer Ball, since she has that thing with the poo, which is pretty funny. Now, if I had done this giraffe, I'd have made his tongue come out the way theirs do. If you watch animal documentaries, you know, it comes out like a foot, and then they wrap it around this, I think that's an acacia tree, which has thorns on it, trying to protect it from being eaten, which doesn't work with a giraffe. It wraps its tongue around and pulls down so it doesn't get any of the thorns into its tongue. But it gets all those little tiny leaves. You gotta eat it. Look at that. You gotta eat a lot to get something out of that. And I think that's a squirrel of some sort. I can't see this one. Could be raccoons. Hopefully they're not all dead the way it looks. I guess we'll just go with they're sad, since that is the 5 of Pentacles. Chicken, I think. Some sort of deer. Yeah, I'll just say that. Bighorn, no, one of those mountain goats. Turtle or tortoise. Rabbits. A llama. Like a sweater. As you can see by the little things, he's been sheared. That's a prairie dog, or yeah, prairie dog. Or meerkat-like. They both act similarly. That's a pig wallowing in it. That's a bison or buffalo. So that was hopefully a quick look at the animal totem tarot, which I like. Now, will I use that quite a bit? I'm not sure. Will I read that book? Probably not, because it's a lot of book. And I don't think I necessarily need it. But this would represent the last purchase of 2017, as I mentioned before. So I just wanted to do this a little differently, kind of in honor of the old way of doing it, although this is slightly improved. So with that, I'm going to say peace and Happy New Year.